Hello. So many of you are yesterday expressed that you needed a little bit of time still to continue to work on your still life painting, and you can see I would be in that boat. My still life needs some additional work time. So if you still need work time today on your still life painting, by all means, continue to work on your still life. If you are finished, I have kind of a fun task for you. So if we just focus on this finished pear portion of my still life, we can just talk. That very often in an art class, we focus on realism because it gives us structure and an easy way to sort of have some parameters for the assignment. Now, in art, in museums, in artist studios, artists don't always conform to realism. They do something called abstract work. So abstract means that I'm basing my work on real life. So I would look at my reference photo as reference, but instead of seeking to create this perfectly rendered, fully realized three-dimensional version, I can instead play with the rules and make a version of my still life painting that would maybe be considered wrong or ugly or unusual. I don't know how we want to label it. Abstract is the real word. A lot of times we think of non-representational art that isn't about anything as abstract, but really abstract work is stuff like this, where I can see and recognize that this artist was painting a pitcher and two lemons, but that pitcher and two lemons has not been created in such a way that it is rendered and realistic. They have instead used simplified elements in their work. And this is what I want you now to do. If you're finished with your painting, your still life, I want us to kind of play around with this idea that we can abstract the work, that we don't have to stay with realism, that we don't have to stay with the rules, but that we can kind of explore a more stylized or abstracted version of our still life. And you can see we're still creating a still life. We're just not being so worried about realism or the rules. So this is what I want you to go ahead and do today. And you should try to finish it fairly quickly. I don't want to kind of overthink this. On the counter, there are sheets of this rosin paper. You can use this paper for your abstract version or ugly version of your still life, no rules version of your still life. So you can see here I have glued down some collage paper. I kind of, there are some of the sheets where the label from the rosin paper was still there, and I kind of liked that and decided to go ahead and build off of that for my version by gluing down some of this, just some random paper from my studio. If you are in the classroom today and collage is something that feels interesting to you as a part of your still life, there is a bin, like a rolling Rubbermaid tote under the counter right where it says painting 2 and 3, and it's full of magazines and other such materials. So if you want to explore collage as a part of your exploration today, you can help yourself to those things. Glue sticks are in a bin on the little counter under the clock. So that little bookcasey thing under the clock, there are glue sticks under there. Scissors are, of course, with the tape. So if I am thinking about this still life, I still have my reference photo here just because I want to kind of keep it in mind as I'm painting. But at the same time, I'm not going to be particularly holden to it. I'm going to instead be willing to explore something that's a little bit more expressive. And like I said, a little bit more contrary to creating work that's fully three-dimensional. So I have my, the background of my still life has this vase or jug. I guess I put the paint on there the wrong way. And this jug is kind of big and part of the thing. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm thinking about this jug. I put this like paper down and I'm kind of imagining that that's my table. So I'm going to go ahead and paint my jug. There is obviously absolutely no wrong way to do this. I'm asking you to kind of explore the concept of making work that's not super realistic. Not gonna lie, I am a realist at heart, and so this is going to be a really kind of a challenging thought process for me to sort of abandon that and play with things that are more like shapes. So I'm kind of thinking more like the memory of the objects and less like the objects for real life. So I'm going to kind of explore this idea of a pear. Might not have the right, we'll see. I'm going to try not to judge either. I'm just going to sort of play and let the spirit of the paint sort of take me where it will here today, with no, trying for no judgy moments on myself with regard to what this is going to look like later, and just kind of having a little bit of fun with it. So if you're finished with your still life, your for real still life, I want you to go ahead and kind of play with this no rules idea of a still life. And let's see what you can come up with if we're just kind of playing with the idea of a still life that doesn't have to be, you know, right, accurate, 3D. Kind of play around a little bit and see what you can work out. Above all, sort of have fun. Explore the paint. Explore this as a concept and an idea. It's kind of, it is fun. I look forward to seeing what you guys come up with when I come back to the classroom tomorrow. Above all, have fun.